Let me see if it's gonna work the way it's supposed to. It is. Okay. So yesterday, let me go to Twitch actually and change the game that we are playing, because we're no longer playing Ocarina of Time X Majora's Mask. You caught your tail so many times today. Calm down. Okay. I think my phone cooled down a little bit now. Okay. Let's hope it's cooling. April. This motherfucker.
Good, will now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness.
This new person is someone who witnessed the crime as it happened. I just realized that him and the other guy's gonna have the same voice. Ugh, this is gonna be so bad. Oh, my voice. First, the prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand. Wait, huh? Oh wait, this is something wrong. This is incorrect. I'm sorry, this is the wrong file? I thought I clicked the correct file. I guess I was wrong, because I know why it's not this bitch that I'm seeing again. Definitely not this bitch. I look so orangey in this screen. But like, I'm not. I know I'm not on the actual TV. On the actual screen. Why does it keep not charging? I don't understand. I hate this charger so much. This is episode 2, right? Yes, episode 2. Is that not what I clicked? Did I really just click the one with episode 1? Is that what I really clicked? Okay. October 14th. That sounds more correct. Hey, Nick. What is it this time? You won't believe how many people are here for the trial. Well, it is a murder case. What are you talking about? They're here for the trial next door. Next door? Why don't you know this, Nick? Why don't you know this, Nick? They're having Detective Atmay's trial today. Detective Atmay? They say they're going to try him as Master Mask. Already? That was fast. Boy, I would love to see Master Mask try.
I know.
By the way, who just said I know? Who the fuck? Who was that? By the way, where's Pearl? Oh, she went back home. She said she can't neglect her training anymore.
I know you don't like me.
Pearl's. This is the Ray face guy. Pearls has really gotten into her training lately, huh? Yeah, ever since that incident last year.
Please don't ignore me.
That's not who I expected it to be. Oh, Mr. Delight, good morning.
No one likes me. No one would notice me even if I killed someone.
Come on, don't be silly. Wait a second. You don't mean you're the murderer?
No, I'm just a poor thief. No, wait, that's not right. A thief can't really be poor.
Now, let's see. According to Mr. Delight, from his second crime, he followed a bunch of set plans. We don't gotta read this. We already know. It's just a recap. Do you think there's a connection between the thief and the murderer, Nick? Duh. It's definitely obvious, yes. But today's trial is a race against the clock. Huh? How come? Let's just take our time like always. I'm afraid that's not an option. Yeah, because if they're trying him as a thief, then he can't be tried as a murderer. They can't try him for the same thing twice. But who's in that courtroom defending this guy? That's what I want to know. Who is it? Edgeworth? Is it Edgy? Mr. Edgy? Why is he on that side?
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Rondelai.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
You're ready. Preparation is the last refuge of the week. Okay, settle down, everyone. And more importantly, no more coffee being thrown in this building. Let's begin with their opening statement, Mr. Godot.
Oh, he's got the judge in the palm of his hands yet again. How do you figure?
Ron Delight is simply too young to be sent to war. That is all. I'm afraid I have no idea what that means, Mr. Godot. Ha! Then you need to get out more, Mr. Your Honor.
That's not what he said.
Life is war, but that is exactly why you must be more precise in your wording.
That's all my statement means. You understand now, right? So it's gonna turn out, yeah, he's actually the thief. Because he literally said it. He's been saying it all along. Yeah, he's the thief because he's not the murderer. That's why he was freaking out, for real.
Yes, then let me briefly summarize the details of this case.
Wow, the judge is taking charge like he knows what's going on for a change.
The victim is Kane Bullard, CEO of KB Security. I just got it. KB stands for Kane Bullard. Anyway, definitely not cotton balls. His body was found in the safe at approximately 9 a.m. in the morning on the 13th. Probably not Friday. However, the time of the death was approximately at 1 a.m. the previous day. And that's when our little lost kitten dropped the ball. That lost kitten is, of course, the defendant. Well, very well then, Mr. Godot. Please call your first witness.
I never drink more than 17 cups of coffee during any trial given. What? But the first one is always the best.
Mr. Godot, your witness.
Okay then, let's hear what the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight, has to say for himself.
The defendant, well, Mr. Wright, does the defense have any objections? It may be a bit of a disadvantage having the defendant testify, but...
I remember when Mia was defending me. She allowed me to testify so she could do the cross-examination. She put a lot of trust in me back then, and I was a terrible person, love-struck, and all that shit. We have no objections, Your Honor. The defense will allow Mr. Delight to testify.
Ha! You got guts, trite.
I am not a fish. Do not call me trite.
Alright then, Mr. Delight, please take the stand. You did it, didn't you?
I mean, you did it, didn't you? Yes. No, that's not true.
For a moment there, I thought we had set the record for the shortest trial ever.
Well, Mr. Delight, let's find him guilty with all the face he's making. And once he opens his big mouth, he'll probably put the last nail in his own coffin.
Ha, very well. Now then, can you tell me something? If you didn't kill Bullard, why did you go to KB Security?
Well, that's kind of hard to say. Boy, I wish I could go home.
Now then, let's hear some testimony about what happened.
Please. Okay, Mr. Ron Delight.
That evening, around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office at KB Security. The blackmail letter I got. It ordered me to go there. I'd been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was.
That's why he got fired.
1 a.m. that exact time when the murder took place. The weak got washed away by the tide of fate. The strong drink it up.
Just be a poet. That's all you really want to be. Just be a poet.
Ha! It's bitter today too, just like my destiny.
You never know that from the way he's chugging it down. Yeah, he chugs it down like it's so good.
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination if you please.
This is just the beginning. It's gonna get very cross and topsy-turvy and shit. Okay. Okay.
Press him!
Press him! Press him! It ordered you there.
It was the first time I got a blackmail letter that ordered me to go somewhere. Does that mean you've gotten other blackmail letters then?
I mean, oh, of course. They say, why don't you save those for later, Mr. Delight? Please don't say anymore. Now, what should I do? Press harder. So, what did the blackmail letter in question say?
It said to bring 50,000. Money, eh? A perfect motive for committing murder.
Oh, but wait! I never intended to pay that money anyway.
Oh, is that right?
After all, he had nothing to hold over my head. I had nothing to be afraid of.
An important point indeed.
That's not true. We already know that's not true.
Yes, sir.
Huh. A muddy. I don't know what the judge said. I wasn't paying attention.
Press him harder!
Press him for that one. You used to be a security guard, a chief at KB Security, right?
Yes, that's right. A chief? Security? You? And yet, a year ago, you were fired without notice. Revenge for an old grudge, a perfect motive for murder, wouldn't you say?
I wouldn't say that, no. This isn't good. Maybe I should change the subject. Why was he fired? We're not changing shit. Mr. Delight, please tell us why you were fired from your job.
Well, the world is filled with those who have said, I wish I had never asked that.
Oh, okay, then I take it back.
Defendant, please answer the question.
I needed money. Don't let him convince you, Phoenix. We're on the right path. I needed money.
You needed money? Well, you see, Desi loves to spend it. It's kind of her hobby.
Not exactly the world's best hobby in the world, huh, Nick? You do the same thing.
My salary wasn't nearly enough, so I stole data from the company.
Come again? What was that?
KB Security has a lot of security info of all sorts of companies. And since I was a security team chief,
you stole some data and sold it.
Mr. Bullard found out and I was fired immediately.
I wish I'd never asked that, yeah?
I was somehow able to keep it a secret and made it seem like I had quit on my own.
What is it, Nick? You don't look so good.
Someone who brings harm to their company is fired as punishment. You do well to remember that.
He sure told you.
So you admit that you stole data from the company, is that correct?
Yes, I'm sorry. A very important fact, please add to your testimony. Oh man, this whole new thing just took a big turn for the worse. Crashed and blew up. I'm gonna take the jaws of life to rip this case from clutches of disaster. It's gonna take, not I. Okay. Right? I need to turn my brightness up a little bit just so I can see. Why would you do something like that?
Well, for Desi's hobby. What else?
Wasting money, huh?
It's not a waste.
So Mr. Light doesn't know that her husband was fired, does she? So it would seem. I'm not sure what to think about couples who keep secrets like that from each other. I can't believe it. This case has gotten even madder to think serious about couples.
Please try to stay focused, Mr. Wright.
There wasn't much of a testimony, was there? Sounds like he's avoiding something. At least that's what it sounds like to me. Uh-oh. I got a bad thing about this. You better be careful. But if we don't find a way to make him spill the beans, we'll never get closer to the truth. Yeah.
That evening around 1 a.m. I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office as KB security. The blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there.
It ordered you to go there?
It was the first time I got a blackmail letter that ordered me to go somewhere.
Does that mean you got another blackmail? We went through this. Okay, it was this one. I thought it. Just what were you being blackmailed about anyway?
The blackmail letter said if you don't want your identity revealed, correct? I'm sure it was referring to the whole master thing.
Objection!
I'm afraid that reason isn't going to hold up anymore.
What do you mean?
The victim had no proof the defendant was Master Mask. But you were the one who stole company secrets only 1 year earlier. But, that was all over once I was fired. But it's true that the fact I stole the secrets was kept under the wraps. Even so, there was no reason for me to pay up now, a whole year later.
Is that really true? What is it, Nick? The fact that Ron was stealing company data. I wonder if he would have had a problem if that ever became public knowledge. Yes, he would. Mr. Delight, I believe you would have been in considerable trouble if your identity as a company data thief was made public.
But Mr. Wright, what are you trying to do to bully your own client? By bullying your own client? Ha! Men are like colonies of bacteria. The more heat you apply, the faster they grow.
That's exactly right.
Well then, feel free to keep up the heat, my little lawyer amigo.
Little lawyer amigo. See, you forcing your way into the threesome that me, Edgeworth, like Phoenix, Edgeworth, and Gumshoe already have. You can't force your way to that threesome. You can't make yourself the foursome. The 3 is already the max, and that's only sometimes with Gumshoe. It's mostly Edgeworth and Phoenix. That's all. So you need to calm down, amigo.
Yes, now come on, provide some evidence to back up your assertions. Why would Mr. Delight want to keep his data a secret from the public?
From his wife, his very sexy, attractive, red-wearing wife. The green always is submissive to the red, sadly. That's how it goes. Mr. Delight, what you said just now doesn't match your testimony you told me yesterday.
Huh? What does this mean? What doesn't?
I think you must have been scared, very scared, of having a certain person find out your secret. A certain person? His wife. Miss Desiree Delight, the defendant's wife.
But listen to me, my Desiree, she's... Looks like if I just sit back and relax, the fun will end before it truly begins.
Why are you letting him bother you like this? He's being a gaslighter, and you're letting him gaslight you.
Yes, we know. It was all your wife's fault. What do you mean?
Mr. Delight stole company data to pay for his wife's spending habit, for which he was fired. Unable to face his own wife, someone used his dirty little secret to blackmail him. And that is how this murder came about.
Oh,
No, everything is falling neatly into place for him.
Don't talk about my Desiree like that, or you'll be sorry!
He will be sorry.
Well, it seems that we've learned a great deal of things here so far.
What do you think, Nick? I didn't think it was possible to get so thoroughly wiped in just 20 minutes.
Clearly there was sufficient motive for murder. He stole data for his wife and he killed to protect his secret. A family man who cared just a little too much. The motive is clear. Let's move on. What happened at the crime scene at 1 a.m. in the morning, Mr. Delight? Come now, tell us. We're all ears.
It's like that little ray mask around his head could tell if he's a criminal or not, but what type of criminal he might be. So he's just gonna gloat when it's over that he was truly the actual thief in the beginning. So he's gonna be like, oh yes, I was right to begin with, but I wasn't wrong about. But you can't get tried for the same crime twice. I'm pretty sure that's double jeopardy. That's not the right word.
When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. Suddenly, I was hit on the forehead. After that, I remember being a bit dazed. If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed. When I came to, Mr. Bullet was lying there dead.
If you hadn't been wearing what? Hey, Papa. I'm a mess.
I see. Suddenly hit on the forehead. Huh. I believe the detective from yesterday provided similar testimony. He said that the mask struck him in the head from behind.
Of course, since Atmay turned out to be the culprit himself, that was all a lie.
Huh. No one's going to believe a pathetic lie like that. But what are you saying? I really was attacked. We'll find out if you say it's true or not during the cross-examination. Got that, Mr. Wright. Don't go easy just because he's your client.
That's his fourth cup of coffee.
If I see any sign that you are, I'll treat you to another cup of my special blend. It's called nutmeg coffee.
You don't need to worry about that, Mr. Godot. I know he didn't do it either. It's very clear who did it and what really happened. Okay. Oh yeah, if I haven't been wearing that, that's what I want to press him on. What were you wearing? That? Could you please clarify that what you're referring to?
Why, the mask costume, of course. Wait, just a moment, the mask. Oh, did I forget to mention it before? Just on the safe side, to be on the safe side, I just said the mask. And then I decided upon the office of the CEO of KB Security. What? Nick, did you know about this? He never told me this.
I don't recall him ever mentioning it to me either.
Even I didn't know that. It seems our little friend really loves to keep secrets. I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. Wait, that's not right. You know how many times things just slip in your mind? Ha, my 6th cup of coffee is stirring.
Up at me coldly, staring up at me coldly, okay?
At any rate, we can't ignore this piece of information. Witness, please correct your testimony.
Okay. Okay. Why are you just as Master Mask?
Why? Because I'm Master Mask, of course. What are you talking about? Master Mask's child is being held next door.
Ah, yes, I guess so. Anyway, at that time, I thought I was being blackmailed over Master Mask's issue. So I thought I should go as him, just to be safe. Oh boy. Let me tell you, it's a real pain to move around with that kid. That's why it took a lot longer than I expected. Took a lot longer? What's he talking about? Press harder. What do you mean by it took a lot longer?
Oh, opening the safe, of course. My kid got caught on the safe door. You see, this all happened when I was hiding Mr. Bullet's body.
Back it up. Back it up.
Yes?
You were the one that hit the body in the safe? That was you? Write it down? Back it up. That was him? He did that? Okay.
Well, yeah. Inconceivable! Why? Just why? What reason would you have?
Yeah, I really want to know. I really honestly want to. What was his reasoning to hide that body? What was the reason?
What was the reason? Question. When does someone toss their dirty clothes in the washer?
What?
The answer is simple. When they take them off. As usual, I have no idea what you're saying.
Do you mean that Mr. Light hit the body because he's the murderer?
Ha! So you're not as stupid as you look.
His metaphor this time was really obscure. Or just really stupid.
Mr. Wright, you don't mean that you knew about the whole safe business, don't you?
Well, yes.
Why am I the only one not in the loop here?
Because even if we did tell you, you're so blinded by your own opinion that it doesn't even matter whose side you're on.
Witness, make sure you have the serious testimony. Yes, sir.
Uh-oh, looks like the storm front is moving in over the fair weather judge. Okay. Present the buzzer. Your Honor, could you please take a look at this record? And
what might this be?
The record for the emergency buzzer that connects the CEO's office to security. If the button in this office is pressed, a security team is supposed to come running. And according to this record, the buzzer was pushed once at 1:02.
What?
If Mr. Wright truly was the murderer, he would have ran as soon as the buzzer sounded. After all, a security guard would have been heading his way.
Huh. Let's remember who we're dealing with here. He probably had no idea that we're security personnel.
Did you not... Godot, were you not listening before? Security chief. He was. That's what he was. He knows all about this. No. Up until a year ago, my client was working as the chief of security. There's no way he wouldn't have known that, Mr. Godot.
But as it turns out, the guard never came.
That was nothing more than a coincidence. The fact that the guard was a pathetic loser who just so had got punched in the face by his ex-girlfriend's boyfriend and wasn't anywhere in the vicinity was nothing Mr. Delight could have known.
Objection.
Ha! Again, remember who we're dealing with here. It is sure bet that Mr. Delight didn't even notice the buzzer going off.
This buzzer is extremely loud. There is no way he could have ignored something like that. If he had been conscious, that is.
Conscious? What do you mean by that?
Coffee number 8. Fine.
Let's hear your theory.
Very well. We call the defendant's testimony. The moment he entered the victim's office, someone attacked him. Mr. Delight said he felt dazed. I'm willing to wager that he was knocked unconscious for at least a few minutes.
Unconscious? I'm still on that word. So he fainted.
No, I mean he was knocked over the head, so he didn't really faint. He was knocked out unconscious. That's the word unconscious means. Somebody get the judge dictionary. Can we get a dictionary for the judge? Synonyms, thesaurus, any of that for the judge. That's why Mr. Delight didn't know that the buzzer sounded, and that's why he thought he had time to hide the body.
So, what are you trying to say?
Mr. Delight was knocked out and the buzzer went off soon afterwards. Now, unless my client was able to hit the buzzer while he was unconscious, it could only mean that there was the 3-party team in the room. That's right, whoever it was that had knocked out Mr. Ron Delight, they then turned the buzzer. That's not what they said. He pushed the buzzer. Whoever pushed the buzzer. Third party pushed the buzzer.
Order in the court! Order! Mr. Wright, this is...
Objection.
What he said! This is preposterous. It was this kid. Ron Delight is the one who killed Kane Bullard.
Then who pressed the buzzer?
It was the victim, of course. He pressed the buzzer when the defendant attacked him. He didn't die right away. He must have held on long enough to push that button. Mr. Kane Bullard sounded the buzzer himself. What is your opinion of this, Mr. Wright?
I can prove it. Yes. Yes, I can prove it. Yes, I can. And it page me fucking fresh again. Make it refresh? Yeah. Hold on. I really hate this. I hate this website and all these fucking advertisements. Fucking stupid. Okay. This piece of evidence proves that I wasn't the victim who the buzzer. It was the buzzer. Who hit the buzzer? I believe this is a piece of incontrovertible evidence you were looking for.
The emergency buzzer? Is there some kind of clue on it?
Absolutely not.
Hey, come on now. At least give some thought to what you're saying before you open your mouth.
The fact that there are absolutely no clues itself is the clue.
No, I'm the one who's clueless.
The button has no fingerprints on it. If Mr. Bullard, but they did say he had a glove on, didn't he? It doesn't Master Mask wear gloves. If Mr. Bullard had really pressed it himself, naturally he would have left some fingerprints behind. Bro just spit at me.
Rhonda Light obviously wiped them off.
Why would he? A guard could have come in at any moment.
He touched that button, I know he did.
The defendant, Mr. Delight, was just as Master Mask. And Master Mask always wears gloves. What reason could he have possibly to wipe those fingerprints off? You know, that's not what he said, but that's basically what he said.
Order! For Phoenix Wright? Ha! It would seem your order is here. And so is mine. I've been forced to eat crow.
That went down a little bit too. I wonder what blood number, crow flavor coffee is.
However, if the real killer was there at the scene, why would that person press the emergency buzzer? Shouldn't they have run away without putting themselves in emergency?
Uh-oh.
What's with that awkward silence all of a sudden? Ha! It looks like you're fresh out of parlor tricks.
There, honey and Nick.
Just give me a couple minutes to collect my thoughts. I gotta think.
The real culprit killer, Mr. Bullard, I went around. It's clearly obvious. Okay, we're just doing this. We're doing this. That was clearly it.
Time's up, Mr. Wright. Let's hear what you have to say.
Well,
Oh-ho, you've got some guts. I like that in an opponent.
no, you want to be in my guts. That's what you like in opponents. The killer knew that if they pressed that button, a guard would come running. And that was exactly what they wanted.
Do you mean to say that the killer called the guard on purpose?
Yes. Although it turned out that he never showed up. Because he was getting his clock cleaned at the time.
Ha! What a touching story. You're saying that the killer had a change of heart and called a security guard on to turn himself in?
Are you stupid? No, I'm not. When the buzzer sounded, there were 3 people in that office. The victim, the defendant, Rhonda Light, who was out cold, and the third person, the real killer. Which obviously means,
Hypothetically, yes.
now then, if the situation is the real killer made an escape, what would happen? The only one left in the room would be the victim and Rhonda Light.
And if any security guard came running in at the time, they would think I was the murderer.
Yes! That was precisely the real killer's objective. I'm glad Ron had to put it all together. Clap! for Ron. Because clearly everybody else is fucking stupid and Ron's just sitting there patiently like, I'm telling y'all all the truth. 100% the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And I even figured out who really was the killer, but y'all just don't want to listen to me. He didn't figure it out yet, but you know.
To frame Ron DeLite for the murder.
Oh, he likes that smell. Which coffee is that? 10? That's 10th coffee? He didn't like that. It smells like, it sounds like birds. So I'm guessing that's bird flavor coffee.
Order, order, order! For Phoenix Wright again. Ha, it would seem. I also had an order. I've been made to eat my own words again.
There goes the food reference.
Actually, you've been made to do a spit take with a coffee cup.
Mr. Wright, who was it? Who was it that tried to frame me? Or wait a second. I'm the one and only Master Maso.
Nick, you mean the real killer is?
I'm glad Ron realized this. He even figured it out. Clap for Ron. Clap for Ron DeLite. Because yes, become an attorney. Become an attorney, Ron, because you're the fastest person to actually figure it out.
But who is it?
I don't have any solid proof yet, but think about it. The killer knew Mr. DeLite's identity, and they also knew that he had been called to security that night. So the killer. Okay, all right, we already know what it is. We know what it is. Nothing. We can accuse. Who we framing? This big nose Pinocchio motherfucker. Look at me. We're looking at you, motherfucker. You did it. Sorry, my cat is just out cold. She's just napping comfortably. Detective, look at me. He's the only one who could have done it.
Ace attorney?
Look at me.
You mean Miss Master Mass did it?
Your Honor, the person being tried in the court next to us is not Master Mass at all. He is, in actuality, the true murderer of Kane Bullard.
Order, Mr. Wright, explain yourself.
Theft and murder. Which is the more serious crime?
They're not even close. Murder is the more serious crime, of course. It's a capability crime subject to a capital punishment.
Please remember the trial from yesterday, if you would. Look at me confess that there was a huge commotion in the courtroom.
Of course, a famous detective was unmasked as well as Master Mass.
Instead of being convicted of murder, he was found guilty of grand larceny. That was his true objective all along. To be found guilty, Master Mass had the perfect alibi for when the murder took place. He was still in the urn at Lord Lee Taylor. In other words, being found guilty as Master Mass was Look at May's airtight, watertight, and assailable alibi? Okay.
A guilty verdict? As an alibi?
Yes.
You know, it's almost time. For what?
For Look at May's verdict. It was a pretty simple trial after all. If we're going to stop this trial and stall that one, we need to do it now. Of course. That's assuming you have proof that the detective was the one who committed the murder. Do we have proof? Mr. Look at May's trial has indeed attracted the attention of the entire country.
If we were to intrude and fail to provide adequate proof of this crime, Mr. Luigi will be left with no grounds for appeal.
Mr. DeLite, my bad. Ha! A bet's only good when your life's at the ante.
Mr. Wright, I believe in you.
He believes in me, that means I believe in you too, Mr. DeLite.
So, please, I'm begging you.
Thanks, but my decision will determine the rest of your life. Can I really risk my life on this?
Phoenix!
Mia! What was that?
Don't stray, Phoenix. For your client, take the path of trust.
I will, Maya. That voice, it sounded like... Mia! Your Honor, the defense requests an immediate recess. Ha! So that's your answer, huh? Very well. Oh, I knew he was gonna say it.
If you have decided as well, this court will take a 20-minute recess. Mr. Wright, when we return, please summon Mr. Look-at-Me to the stand.
Yes, Your Honor. Look at me, you going down. Oh, this motherfucker. This motherfucker. I didn't think I had to see you again. Well, Sir Detective at me. I have to say, Mr. Payne, you performed splendidly. Oh no, Sir Detective Atman, you were the one who...
That's enough. The court seems no reason to further prolong this trial. Who the fuck am I and who gave me this fucking hairstyle? The court finds the defendant, Mr. Look at Me.
Hold it! Yeah! Don't hand your verdict down yet, please. Very well, Sir Lawyer, welcome to my courtroom.
Who's this hoser?
What you call me? My name is Phoenix Wright, attorney at law, and I wish to file an accusation against Mr. Look at Me. Accusation? You accuse Mr. Master Max? That man is not Master Max. He's just a ruthless murderer.
What?
Those eyes, they're peaceful in my soul. Oh, he's sweating bullets now. And dripping from his nose. Somebody get this man a tissue. Get this man something to wipe his nose. Okay. Yes, we're Saverinos. Okay, we're almost done with this chapter. Why won't this bitch charge? Okay. Okay. My sis? I could have sworn I heard Mia's voice. So then, she's still alive inside your heart. Nicky boy! Oh, Mr. Light. Is it true that Detective is the real killer? To be honest, we don't have any definite proof. But he's the one who could have done it. But wasn't he at Lori Taylor that night? Not to mention, we didn't know exactly know his motive. I mean, why would Detective Atman want to kill Bullard? Oops, almost time. Better get back to the courtroom. I need to find some solid proof. And I need to find Edgeworth. Maybe he might help me. He's known for helping me in my times of need. Okay. Okay.
Now then, this court is back in session. Mr. Look at Me, please take the stand.
Somebody's playing Binding of Isaac. Well. Fuck, I don't remember his voice. Well. How do you do, sir, lawyer? This motherfucker. I never would have thought to see you acting so recklessly. I couldn't let them hand down your verdict just yet. Not when it would have given you your perfect alibi. An alibi by the name of Master Mask. I'm sorry, I'm afraid even the great Look at Me has no idea what you mean. Of course, I have been in the next courtroom ever since 10 o'clock this morning. I'm afraid there's no way I could know what's been going on in here.
You've been in the defendant's seat all day long, correct? Being tried as Master Mask.
Indeed, it's truly child's play to fool the ignorant masses. Not only did the poor fools ask me to protect their valuables, they even gave me a generous reward upon returning their own property to them. Take this red diamond ring that sparkles upon my divine finger, for example. So you continue to insist that you are in fact Master Mask? Of course!
Very well then, Look at Me, let us begin with this simple question. On October 12, 1 a.m., Kane Bullard was murdered. Where were you at the time?
One without knowledge lacks even the knowledge that he should not be ashamed of himself. But don't worry, I will not hold it against you, Sir Judge.
Thanks?
Are you prosecuting for him? Really?
All right, Mr. Attorney, the night of the murder, speak. We're all ears.
As you wish, Sir Prosecutor. The alibi. I was still in the urn as Master Mask, just as I announced I would. I had more than enough time to prepare. It was as pathetic as it. It's not charging. I hate this charger so much. A photograph contained no words, but in this case, one turned out to be my witness. Why? Why do you keep fake charging, bro? Like, you're on the charger. Because the charger's too fucking big for the thingy, that's why. Or the phone is too fucking small for the charger and it pisses me off.
It would seem the main point of discussion will be the photo of the crime scene.
Everything else until now was all a part of his plan. There has to be a secret to this photo as well. Even the great Master Mask can't be in two places at once. Now then, if you'll excuse me, I have a verdict to receive. Unfortunately, Mr. Ratman, we will still have to do a cross-examination. A fool is too foolish to know that he is a fool. We don't need two poets. We don't need them. I think he's trying to say that you're full of it, Nick. The only thing that he's full of is his, that's full of... The only thing that's full of it is his alibi. I think he meant to say full of shit. What you mean you had more than enough time? I believe Adrian Andrews hired you at one point. That's right. That was over 20 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. You sent the calling card to Lordy Taylor 10 days before the heist. That would mean you sent out the card after you began your security watch, right? I knew there was no reason why I couldn't do both jobs at once. It was the perfect opportunity to steal my latest target. I see.
You truly are evil, aren't you?
Yes, evil is what I am. Hey, Nick, isn't there something odd about this? The admin was always proud of his ace detective skills, right? But if the urn was stolen from Lordy Taylor while he was the only one watching it, he'd have no way of maintaining his perfect ace detective persona. You know, that's true. And it's kind of odd. Okay. About the camera that took the photo. Oh, come on now. It's all too clear that what you're thinking, huh? You think I altered the timestamp on the photo, don't you?
I'm afraid that's impossible. The camera was set up by Lordy Taylor. It was Lordy Taylor's staff that printed that picture's data. Unfortunately, for the defense, there's no way that the picture could have been altered.
I see. Looks like I'd better find something else that could be suspicious. So that's alibi is false? It has to be, or he couldn't have been Mr. Bullett's KB security. But I'm not really spotting anything unusual. There are two possibilities. Either the Master Mask in the photo is a fake, or the photo itself is. I was still in the urn. Okay. So by photograph, you mean this piece of evidence here? Is that correct? Indeed it is. That is the very thing that proves I committed the crime. The very thing that proves you committed the crime?
Sure, you even understand by now.
Louis Taylor provided the camera. There's no way I could have tampered with it. That means I could not have killed Kane Bullard unless I had a compliance. Come on, figure. Yeah, it better is. Are you implying that this picture is fake? You bet I am. There's definitely something strange about this picture. We took a look around the basement warehouse that night before the theft took place, and there's something in this photo that doesn't match my memory of that night. It's the paint in it!
Paint!
The funny part is right here.
Why this? This is bloodstain. Ah, blood! Now this case is getting interesting.
No, calm down. Don't wet your pants. The stain's actually pink paint.
Oh, just paint. That's what they use in video games for blood. Ah, and peach colored at that.
From blood to peaches. This judge sure loves to going on his little wild tangents. The problem with this photograph is not the paint. The problem is when you consider the layout of the basement warehouse. It turns out that something that should be there is nowhere to be seen.
Well, Mr. Wright?
That's not true. The supervisor of treasure exhibit stated the following. Well, there is a good reason for that. On the day of the crime around, we already been through this. We don't gotta read it again. I realized the statue, blah, 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 blah. I myself was there the night of the theft took place and saw the statue in the spot. If this picture was truly taken on the night then, that statue should have been there.
Objection.
But when I went there the day after the theft, that statue of the old bag was sitting in the corner. Perhaps it was somehow pushed there accidentally.
Your Honor, the statue is slightly larger than yourself and quite heavy. It would take more than an accidental push to move it that distance.
Ha! In that case, can you prove it? Can you give us the rhyme and reason as to why that statue was moved that night?
Nick, who would have moved it? The real question is, why did they move it?
Well, Mr. Wright, I hope you are prepared with your answer. Now then, who was it? And the one to move the crowd?
It was Atme. We know this. The one who moved the statue is none other than Look at Me. Come now, sir lawyer. There you go again on your strange delusions.
Mr. Wright, what bias do you have for the strange delusions?
It's very simple. The witness was the one who was in the basement. The witness was the one in the basement warehouse that night. That is indeed very simple, however. Why would I want to move a heavy statue? The reason for moving the statue, was there like an emergency exit?
Well, Mr. Wright, what reason did
You pretend to be Master Mask to get an alibi by showing you were a lord. Okay. But this photo contains a single fatal flaw. If the statue had been there, your lie would be exposed like a cheap film at the drugstore. That is why you had to move the statue.
a single fatal flaw? Interesting theory. Please enlighten us.
Please enlighten me, cause I'm a little bit lost. Just where in this picture? I mean, yeah, it's the timestamp apparently. Naturally, the lie is the photo of the timestamp.
What do you mean by?
I'll tell you exactly what I mean. Please, on the night in question, Look at Me went to KB security and murdered Kane Bullard. Therefore, it was obvious it would have been impossible for him to have been at Lordy Taylor at this time.
What does that have to do with this statue being moved?
Remember, if you will, Your Honor, when was the statue placed beside the warehouse?
Well,
the statue was taken to the warehouse on the day of the crime. And it was placed there in order to cover up the paint. Exactly. Look at Me had already decided on the time when he was going to kill the victim. And so, in order to create an alibi for the time, he took this picture days before the murder took place.
what the?
Of course, the statue hadn't yet been brought down to the basement warehouse yet.
Ah!
So, on the day of the crime, Mr. Atme must have been quite nervous. As nervous as a long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factor, so to speak. Why? Because something that wasn't supposed to be there had been brought down and placed where it wasn't supposed to be. And that is why Look at May had to move the statue of the night of the murder. He did it to make the room match with the way... he did that to make the room match the way it had been in this photo. Ah, he lost his monocle. He can see out of both eyes. His detective monocle, the one, his fucking, what's it called? I was about to say horoscope. That's definitely not what it is. Microscope, not microscope. It's not a microscope. That's gonna bother the fuck out of me. I'm gonna figure it out later.
Order, Mr. Atme, is this true?
One moment, Your Honor. Have you forgotten this?
What is that?
The data from the basement warehouse computer. According to this, the camera did indeed go off on the night of the crime.
It's true that the camera had been set up. However, the program used to manage the data was yours. That alone would have allowed you to tamper with the data.
Ah!
Fucking Pinocchio ass. Why he got his hand in his pocket? What he got? He got a Glock? He got a shoot?
Order, Mr. Goda. What is the meaning of this? I don't know.
But I will spit you this poetic rhyme.
Godot, I warned you about making me wait. Now put that coffee down, motherfucker.
My 11th cup. I promised to drink no more than 17 during a trial, which means I'm still good till the last drop.
However, the defense has a very good point.
A good point. So what? We are all but travelers on a road of infinite points.
I think he's got his points mixed up with his other points.
So, you say the photograph was taken ahead of time, and that the statue was moved in order to make it match. That's a very interesting idea, however, there's one point that can't be denied, which is... that is only a possibility. Men that are trapped by the chains of a maybe can never reach their dreams.
That is true.
No way, don't fall for that, Your Honor, please.
Hey, Mr. Damask.
Oh, you mean me? Yes, of course, yes, me.
If there's no funny business in your actions as Master Mask, there should be no problem with you telling us why your strategy. So let's hear it.
Yes, please provide the court with your testimony about your plans to steal the circuit urn.
He wasn't looking for the cigarette. He was looking for whatever was in that safe, my guy. Because, like, how else would the guy be able to stuff the thing in the safe? Because that safe couldn't have been empty.
I first received a request from Lawyer Taylor 20 days ago. The urn was placed in the box Zari, and it was then sent to the warehouse. Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. I knew it would be extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my calling card 10 days beforehand. I then handled security by myself to ensure that my crime would go smoothly. At last, I held the urn in my hands for the first time at 1 a.m. on October.
Oh, so you fucked up. You fucked up. You fucked up. You fucked up.
That's pretty much all the stuff we heard before, isn't it?
Yeah, but we will find the truth hidden in the nugget of information he just gave.
Witness, you sure there are no mistakes this time?
Zai!
What does that mean? Don't curse at me. Very well then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Okay. You got me for that. I didn't mean to press him on that. I meant to go back. Sorry. I meant to present. Fuck. Present. What am I presenting again? The calling card. I object. Mr. Atme, if you really are Master Mask, then you also wrote this calling card, correct?
But of course.
Is there a problem with that calling card?
Allow me to read a passage from the calling card that Master Mask had written. Take good care of the speckled urn. Now the speckled here should refers to the pink patterns on the sacred urn.
Yes, that is true, but of what? What's a what?
Truth be told, there is no way that Master Mask could have known about this pattern.
What do you mean?
This pink spotted pattern on the urn is actually nothing more than paint stains.
Paint stains?
And these stains did not appear until after the urn had been taken to Lordy Taylor. It's the 12th coffee? 12th coffee? 12 or 13th?
I'm not finding this joke to be very funny, Mr. Trite.
The day of the sacred urn was taken to the warehouse. The urn was broken due to the human error, or should I say, error-prone human. And that, yeah, she's very problematic. And that's when the pink paint but she got a nice fit. She knows how to dress.
You can't be serious.
And yet this calling card clearly mentions the paint patterns. Which means Detective Atme has seen this urn long before the crime ever took place. In fact, he saw it when this fake photo was taken. And because this photo is fake, your alibi for the night of the murder no longer holds water. Okay.
Witness, do you have anything to say for yourself?
Alright, that did it. He's broken.
Nick, I think I'm still a little early for a victory pose.
Huh? Yeah, there it goes.
Ha! It's so sad. No one has any conviction these days. Convictions, you say?
Yesterday, we all decided anonymously that this man was Master Mask, and now we're calling him a murderer. You don't think we're being a tad fickle?
That's a good point.
No, wait, don't fall for that too, Your Honor. Please think. You say that Look at May was the one who killed Kane Bullard. Then let me ask you this. Why would he do that? No, that's what this is for.
Motive, Mr. Wright, motive. Might you, my mere murderous motive, manifest? Nick, he's getting the second wind.
If he prepared an alibi and pinned this crime on Rhonda Light, as you say, he must have had a very strong motive for murder. The only one with any murder motive we've seen is Rhonda Light.
No, not really. You think you...
Isn't that right, detective?
Indeed, according to my own research, the boy's motive is clear.
Without a motive, it's nearly impossible to prove guilt in a murder case. Now then, maybe you can enlighten us on what the defendant's motives were.
I need honor too, Sir Oldtimer.
They're doing everything they can to make Ron look suspicious. Despite our lack of hard information, this may be our only chance. Go ahead, testimony.
I, Look at me, had no points of contact with the victim whatsoever. Kane Bullard.
Only if I get follows. I will read fan fictions, but it's only per follower. So, you know, tell your friends, tell your family, you know, if your family is fine with all the cursing and the hotness that the fan fictions are. But the hot cringe, that's what it is. We'll call it the hot cringe fan fiction. It's not porn. It's just very hot cringe.
And simply mistook who he was. It was Mr. Bullet who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Rhonda Light. And it was against Mr. Bullet who harbored a grudge against Mr. Light for his betrayal.
Just hotness. Yeah.
Mr. Bullet's mistake is quite excusable. The defendant truly believes he is Master Mask. That is why Mr. Delight saw fit to kill King Bullard. Truly a tragedy.
So the victim came Bullard, blackmailed the defendant. This is the blackmail letter found in the defendant's apartment. A handwritten test confirms Mr. Bullard was indeed the one who wrote the blackmail letter.
What?
Hey, Miss Wright, begin your cross-examination.
Yes, please. Yes, please. I want to see what, after this testimony is made, the blackmail letter updates, present the blackmail letter. Okay. I didn't mean to press. I meant to present. I don't need to hear this. I really don't need to hear this. I don't need to hear this. Damn it! I pressed the wrong button again! Stop! I keep getting my buttons mixed up because I have like them set to a different thing because this controller is so broken heavy. You mean this one that was just submitted to me? Mind if I ask you a few questions, Detective Atme?
Well, if it's just a few, I guess it's alright.
When you said that this letter was addressed to Rhonda Light, it couldn't help but notice one major contradiction.
Contradiction?
I don't know where a walking contradiction like you gets off saying things like that.
I am a sexy contradiction. You're one to talk. At times like these, men are made to express themselves with their fists. You're not gonna get away with no. You can't. I guess relax, my guy. No fisting here.
Why don't you show us what you got there, Junior?
You're not my father.
Indeed. Time to man up, Mr. Wright.
I am a man.
Show us the contradiction evidence.
Newspaper clippings. The bomb, right? Take a good look at this newspaper clipping. It contains a picture of the tear of Emanon, the stolen jewel.
What about it?
The problem is the jewel's color.
Color? I'm not much for discussing color myself.
Why? Because you black?
According
to the clipping, the color of the stolen gem was blue. However, in the blackmail letter, a totally different jewel was mentioned. I'll take that red diamond you received the other day.
Red?
The one that you're currently wearing across your finger. Which means it's not the tear of Emanon the Master Mask stole at all. Which his girlfriend then probably sold or is wearing around her finger.
Is your point? What is your point? And your point is, Mr. Trite? So, you are trying to say that the blackmail letter was intended for someone else? That is what you're trying to say, right, Trite?
Enough with these rhymes!
This is what you're trying to say, right, Mr. Wright?
Well, that is what you're trying to say, right, Nick?
Alright, relax, you guys, relax. First of all, the only person that said the best was the judge. Thank you for getting it right. And yes, this is who Kane Boy was actually blackmailing. Look at me. Just all him. Just really all him. He knows who he was. Naturally, it was you, Detective Atme.
And do you have some sort of basis for that claim?
You have been personally involved in every single Master Mask case. And in the last case, you recovered what was stolen and received a jewel as your reward.
A jewel.
Probably the one wrapped around your conscious finger. That's That's not what he said, but I'm gonna say it. That's a red diamond. That is the diamond referring to in the letter, which means that Cane Boy wrote that letter in order to blackmail you.
Order, order! Order in the court! Order, I can't! It seems you've gone too far with your childish pranks, Mr. Wright.
Uh-oh, I don't like the way he said that.
Cane Boy blackmailing, look at me. Are you really? Are you for real?
Totally, yes I am.
Nick, come on, stand up to him.
He's about to break his glass, bro.
Then answer me this. The blackmail letter contained the following passage. You don't want your identity revealed to the world.
Yes.
It certainly does.
Cane Boy threatened to make Look at May's identity public knowledge. An identity he wanted to keep a secret. So just what was this identity? Can't prove it.
This is what it all comes down to, Nick.
The identity that Look at May wanted to keep secret? Oh, maybe he did put it down there. My bad. A blackmailer. Look at Me was a blackmailer.
Objection.
Hey now, isn't that a little different from what you've been saying? You said that Cane Boy was the one blackmailing Look at Me. Are you saying that Atme was blackmailing someone else on top of that?
You have to admit that does sound a little odd.
It's not odd. It's the only thing that makes sense. Cane Boy was blackmailing Look at Me. But Rhonda Light was also being blackmailed by a certain someone. So he received the letters a couple.
After that, I started getting mad. In which case, that would mean that Rhonda Light was actually Master Mask.
That is what we're claiming. Someone else came up with the plans and had Mr. Delight steal his targets for him. And that someone was none other than Look at Me. Why is my phone not fucking charging? This is gonna make me so mad, y'all. You know, I'm gonna put it this way. Okay.
Silence! Now I see. It's all become clear.
What is?
When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Careless with a tendency to jump to conclusions. Am I wrong?
How did you?
You say that I, Look at Me, was blackmailing Rhonda Light, in which case I would naturally know all his relations to Master Mask.
Well, yes.
Rhonda Light started receiving plans from his second crime onward, correct?
How do you know that?
Which means I learned of his identity when he committed his first crime.
Good point. Good point. You certainly couldn't have blackmailed him otherwise.
I don't like his smile.
In that case, let's see some hot, bitter evidence.
He just wants to get spicy with me. That's clearly what it is.
During the crime, how did you...
Keep pushing the blackmail letter. The newspaper clippings. I think I see it.
See what?
When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Getting into lots of mischief, trying to be certain the center of attention.
What do you mean?
This newspaper clipping. It has a picture of you and Rhonda Light in the guard uniform. It seems that Master Mask didn't just disappear into thin air. He just took off his outfit and hid it in a bucket.
That sounds far too stupid to be true.
Correct. With tricks like that, he couldn't fool a baby, let alone ace detective. And that's when you figured it out, Mr. Upman. That's when you learned that under his mask, Master Mask was really Rhonda Light.
No, that only looks like he wasn't even.
Oh, that was the people that did.
I can't believe it was a blackmailer. What a fraud. Trying to pass himself as an ice detective.
Why you? How dare you expose me like that? Why, I mean, I never blackmailed anyone in my life. I'm a famous pro ace detective.
You can't be both. You can't be both.
Why can't you understand that?
I'm afraid you are neither a proud thief nor an ace detective. You're a blackmailer and a murderer. And that is your true identity.
Why you? How dare you imply that I'm so...
I can't read all that.
Is enough to make one laugh.
That man went crazy.
It would seem we have finally arrived with the real answer.
That was quite a performance by Mr. Atme. Bailiff, please prepare a cell for Mr. Atme.
Objection.
Oh shit, motherfucker. Didn't he already shoot down the fucking hammer, the fucking gavel? You can't object after that. He already hit the gavel.
That hammer that strikes too fast has no time to aim.
He mentioned it.
Well, what do you mean? I already prepared to deliver my ruling. Allow me to say one thing. I will be the one to judge.
Bitch!
You don't get much more in your face than that.
It appears that your claws weren't quite sharp enough, Mr. Trite.
Well, what are you trying to say?
It's true that you've proven a lot of things. Things like Look at May was a filthy blackmailer, and that he wasn't the tailor the night of the murder.
That's right. That's why he's the one who killed Mr.
But
That was in my bad. I'm switching voices now.
there's still one thing that you can't prove yet. What's that?
Just because he wasn't at the warehouse doesn't mean he was at the murder scene. Therefore, if you can't prove that this pitiful excuse for a man was at the KP security, then I don't see how a verdict can be delivered.
No way!
The jury's only agreeing with him because he's hot and he throws coffee.
Order! Well, Mr. Wright.
This is it. This is the final round. I got to prove that Mr. Atme was at Mr. Buller's office at the night.
But, can you really prove that?
That's long enough. Mr. Trite, I want to hear your answer.
That night, Look at May. Can't be proven. I can't prove it.
Just as I thought.
But if we hear more of Detective Atme's testimony,
Unfortunately, that's as far as you go, Mr. Trite.
what do you mean?
I won't allow you for any more testimony. That's what I mean.
What?
Have you forgotten? Look at May is here after we interrupted his own trial. And you have failed to prove that he committed the murder. I think it's time for the witness to return to his own trial and face his guilty verdict as Master Mask. No.
Well, now, stand lawyer, it seems that love wins out in the end after all. I am the ace detective as well as Master Mask. My verdict will verify that. Just as Ronald will verify that he is the true murderer. I declare that with my full force of my ace detectiveness.
Order in the court. That's enough deliberation over the witness.
I can't believe this. At this rate, Ron is.
Don't give up, Nick. We still have tomorrow. We can look for more evidence in.
By then, it'll be too late.
Huh? What?
Double jeopardy, right? Double jeopardy? You can't convict him of this. Yeah, I was right!
On the basic rule of any court of law.
Double jeopardy.
Should a defendant be tried and found innocent in court, that defendant cannot be tried again by the same crime. This is the fundamental rule of all courts, and it applies to this witness as much as it applies to anyone else.
Mr. Atme will be found guilty in a matter of minutes. Guilty as Master Mask, which means he will be innocent as far as the murder of Cain Bullet is concerned.
No way.
The fact that you were unable to prove Mr. Atme's guilt of the crime here means that he will never be tried as Cain Bullet's murderer.
Don't tell me this is the first one that Phoenix loses, because I swear. Desiree, come through. Even if Ron's proclaimed to be innocent, the real killer will go free. You have cross-examined every statement with the witness has made today.
As long as there is no more testimony, I'm afraid I have declared that there will be no more further questioning of this witness. Are there any objections?
Don't drink your fucking coffee in my fucking face.
Then I hereby in the cross-examine look at me.
Desi! I think I see it. Your Honor, when you were a child, this is what was on your report card every year. Has poor hearing and often makes mistakes as a result.
How did you?
Phoenix, raise your head up high. Have you forgotten what I used to tell you? A lawyer is someone who's...
That voice. No.
Is that Mia? My bitch! My bitch, that's not what I thought it was. That's not this word. My Mia! My Mia! My Mia! My Mama Mia!
You don't know how much I fucking hate your sister. Pearl thinks we're married. Tell Pearl right fucking now that me and you are together. And that's never gonna be me and Maya. Tell her right now. It's been so hard without you. I need a hug in front of your big titties. And it's not gonna be weird even though you're your sister right now. But you're totally not your sister. You grew physiques.
Yeah.
This is the true power of the cure. We knew this. The Mia Fey.
Now, let's do this.
But there's nothing more we can do, Mia. Without any more testimony, I can't cross-examine. Not yet.
The testimony not over yet.
What do you mean?
Your Honor, just now you said something very interesting. You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today.
Yes, that's true, but...
Unfortunately, Your Honor, you're forgetting something. Earlier, after the last cross-examination, this witness made a number of remarks.
Yes, but those comments appear to have no importance whatsoever.
Very well then, we shall prove their importance via cross-examination. At any rate, as long as the witness has made these remarks, we, the defense, assert our rights to question them. Is that right with you, prosecutor?
Don't hit on her. She's mine.
Is something the matter, Mr. Godot? Nothing.
Oh, sir lawyer, it looks like you're one step too late. And do you think such false heads would do anything to me? Look at.
Let's hear it.
Huh?
It's true that the witness made some remarks. So then, let's hear this last bit of cross-examination.
But Mr. Godot, what are you?
Very well then, look at me. I'm going to allow the defense to cross-examine your early remarks.
The defense would like to hear why you declare the defendant to be the true murderer. So please
give us one last bit of testimony.
I keep fucking up their voices.
Phoenix, this is it. This is our absolute last fucking chance. Don't fuck it up or I'm not coming back and you will never see these titties again.
Yes, Chief.
Indeed, it was true that not a Lord Taylor, I had to leave to see about another vitally important job request. I had known about a date beforehand, so I had this photograph ready. My brilliant deduction was what informed me that the culprit was Ron DeLay. And thanks to the key card and the wallet, it was abundantly clear that he was there. I was also from the buzzer, which only sounded once. But did not have any fingerprints on it. The victim would have left fingerprints if it sounded, which means the killer sounded it. Mr. DeLay was wearing his Master Mask outfit, which is why he left those prints. In the blackmail letter, the victim likely just mistook the color of the jewel. Sorry! for all the evidence.
You fool. You did the one thing. This testimony actually seems to hold up pretty well. The Buddhist earlier remarks that, no, we got it.
But of course,
What do you know about the emergency buzzer?
the police investigation documents went directly through me. And I always look over all the documents. It's elementary, sir, lawyer.
Are you going to make us more trouble for us now, sir lawyer? I will not allow any more of you.
I don't do any. Yeah, I don't. Whatever. I don't do no shenanigans. But okay.
We cannot postpone. Look at my. This is your last chance.
Hang on a second. Just 1 second. One chance.
It seems that the party is about to begin.
Well, Phoenix, there isn't any evidence.
Oh, there's
So it would seem.
What do you mean? So it would seem.
Listen, Phoenix, pointing out contradictions doesn't always mean you have to present evidence, does it? At any rate, this is our last chance. If you can't point out the case-breaking contradiction, you lose. That's all there is to it.
Thanks, Mia. You didn't really help, but you helped.
Cup number 17, the last cup.
It seems like this time has come to put an end to this trial. Was that your 17th cup? I wasn't really counting. I lost count after a while. This shit got. We know what it is. The right statement. Mr. Wright was in his da da da. That's what I want to know, Mr. Atmay, about this last remark.
Objection.
You still don't get it, do you?
Trite. This isn't the time to be pressing the witness on every little statement. I'm afraid you're the one who still doesn't get it, Mr. Godot.
What?
That Mr. Atmay, it seems you have finally admitted it. That you were in the CEO's office on the night of the murder.
How can you say that?
Let's review your testimony, shall we, Mr. Atmay? The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? Mr. Light was wearing his Master Mask outfit, is that correct?
Indeed, that is what I said. My deductions are absolutely foolproof.
More like your deductions were proof that you were fool.
I'm sorry, what do you mean?
For some reason, I'm starting to get really thirsty.
When exactly did we learn that fact? Rhonda Light was just as Master Mask when he went to the scene of the crime.
That was, it was just a few hours ago.
Back when the sixth cup was looking at me with a cold stare.
Oh yes, I was just as I forgot to mention it never came up.
That's right, the defendant had yet to tell anyone else the fact that before this morning. Therefore, the only people who should have known about those would have been who have been watching this trial. Do you understand now, Detective Atmay? There's no way that you should have known about that. You were in the next courtroom being tried as a Master Mask. So then enlighten us. How did you know about this piece of information?
Well,
Come on, the detective must have known about us. He probably had plenty of chances to find out beforehand. And it's those chances that I want to discuss next. That night, Mr. Light was wearing his Master Mask outfit. There is one and only one way for Detective Atmay to have found that out. Only one way?
Only one way, you said.
Please recall, if you will, Mr. Light's testimony.
When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there.
For a second, my client witnessed the real killer.
Objection.
But Mr. Light never saw his attacker, so there's no way to tell whether or not the real killer was Mr. Look at Me.
It's with that statement, I'll turn this case on its head.
Just what are you implying?
Mr. Light saw the real killer, correct? Now, if you turn that statement around, it stands to reason that the real killer had also seen Rhonda Light.
Impossible.
Detective Atman, you saw Master Mask at the murder scene that night. You saw him when you killed Kane Bullard and assaulted Rhonda Light. That was the only way you could have known what Ron was wearing. Earthquake? Earthquake? Oh no, this man is just mad. Oh no, it's him. What the fuck is going on? Man, that weak ass thing just for him to laugh. I thought there was something cool about to happen. Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown.
That is the same line you gave yesterday.
But I think there's a little more meaning behind it this time. Okay, that's all he gonna say. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. He gonna say that's fine.
What an awful complicated incident. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Look at Me, who was in turn blackmailing Rhonda Light. And upon killing his blackmailer, Look at Me tried to frame Rhonda Light. He then claimed to be guilty as the mask in order to escape his true crime.
And to the end, he came upon with his plan to use the double jeopardy rule when making his alibi. At any rate, oh, this is Rhonda Light. At any rate, it would seem we finally found the truth. Excuse me. I came personally close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of murderer. Don't ignore me! Oh, I didn't realize you were there. Why wouldn't he be?
About the verdict.
I know. You never committed any murder.
That's right, I'm also glad you understand that, but I really am Master Mask.
Huh?
So thanks to that trial yesterday, I'm innocent now, right? What was that you said, double jeopardy?
Now that you mention it,
I've been careless.
Careless. What do you think, Maya?
As the defendant says, the rule of double jeopardy is absolute. As the defendant can never be tried for a crime in which he was once found innocent.
Then, Master Mask is really innocent.
It would seem so. For now.
For now.
Now then, the court finds the defendant.
Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! I like to thank you, and I just like you, and like thank all of you. Thank you.
Boy, this is really lucky. Wait, Raya. This isn't so good after all. You see, the thing is, I'm still a Master Mask after all.
Which means you need to stop stealing.
You did it, Phoenix.
Thanks, man. You wanna real quick, just give me just one on the shake. Just I won't do anything, and you know, since I didn't do anything, and you're in your sister's body, I don't get in trouble for it. She's 19. You're a little bit older than her, maybe a little bit older than me. I don't remember.
Thanks, Mia. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's because Maya doesn't call on me much these days.
Oh?
I'm just joking, Phoenix. Don't take everything so serious. But on the other hand, Maya, she seems kind of torn these days.
You mean about becoming the master of Kiran Chanley School?
Becoming the master means saying goodbye to our mother.
Misty Faye, right?
Watch over her, will you, Phoenix?
Of course.
Well then, see you around.
Mia.
Mr. Wright. I don't know what to say.
Congratulations, Mr. Delight.
Thank you so much. No, wait. Nothing will even...
Come on, just be happy already. Maya, you've been cleared out of murder charges and got off as Master Mask to boot.
But in exchange, I lost everything.
Huh? What do you mean?
Stealing security information from KB, becoming Master Mask. I did it all for one reason, for her.
You mean your wife, Desiree?
She hates criminals more than anything.
Come to think of it, she was once held hostage by some robbers, wasn't she?
She always said how she hated sneaky criminals. I knew that, but once I got fired from KB Securities and lost all the money I had, she wouldn't have had any reason to stay with me. I thought she would leave me for sure.
So that's why you became Master Mask?
Yes, but it's all over now. A broken bowl can never be put back together.
That's not true! Right, Nick?
Right? You called me a broken bowl? Really? Can we go back to the way things were?
You'll be fine, and Nick can prove it.
I can? I kind of wish you would check with me first. Mr. Delight, even if a bowl is broken, there's always a way to put it together. Ready? Glue? What is it? Oh, cigarette. Glue! The cigarette. Desi was the one who found this. Desiree, your wife, she's always believed in you, Ron. That's why you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about anything.
Ah, there you are.
Mr. Light.
You did it, Ronnie. You're innocent. I'm so happy.
Thank you, I appreciate that, but I suppose you don't want anything more to do with me, do you?
Ronnie, why don't you talk to me about what's going on? I had no idea you quit KB security. I never imagined that you were really Master either. Mr. Light, what are you going to do now that you know? You're not going to really leave him, are you? Come on now, it's obvious, isn't it? How could I ever let a wonderful man like that get away? After all, my bike's really fast. So fast that there's no way he could ever get away.
But didn't you say that you hated criminals?
Oh, I really hate people who act all cowardly and sneaky. Like that detective.
I see.
My Ronnie went and declared his crimes before he committed them. Like a man. I just love men who put their calling card out to the world and say they're about to steal this and then steal it and then give it back to me.
Chivalrous. Chivalrous?
I knew I was right about you. Every day I spend with you, it's filled with thrills and excitement.
Desi. Desiree, you really do love Ron, don't you?
Nicky boy.
Yes?
I'm really glad I asked you to defend my Ronnie. Thanks to you, I'll never forget what you done for us.
Oh, well, take care of yourself.
You too, Nicky boy.
And stay away from, butts. Larry, stay away from Larry. Boop, I can feel my face going red. Wrong time for this. Mr. Nick, congratulations, Mr. Maya. Gasp. Talk about bad timing. Mr. Nick, how could you, with another man's wife, in front of Mr. Maya? No, I'll never forgive you, never, ever. Did she knock me out? I swear she knocked me out, I swear. So just as the case, so did my consciousness. Ron said a broken bowl can never be put back together, but I know that's not true. I mean, just look. Here's a perfect example of one that was put back together even better than before. Yeah, it was definitely worse than before. It was worse prior to this one. The stolen turnabout. Thank you. Now I can give my voice a rest, even though I did some shitty voice acting today. Oh no. That must mean Maya's gonna get tried for murder. I just feel it in my bones. Alright, we're not going back to this one. Y'all gonna look at me really quick. Okay. We didn't get any chances to read any fan fictions so far tonight, but we still have a time. So just tell your friends to follow, like, subscribe, all that jazz in the third. We're about to switch games over to The Walking Dead.